Okay, I think I'm live. I'm not gonna appear on camera. Today. I'm not really in the mood to do anything fancy, so I hope everybody can hear me. So if there's anybody actually watching this, I could appreciate it if you could actually tell me that you hear my words. If you can't hear my words, I'm gonna assume that you can anyways, and just carry on. So, yeah, that's my plan. Hey War Thunder, hey Gingered, how you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. Hi, John Collins. Hello. All right, and Whiskey with Linux. Hello. Thank guys. I appreciate you letting me know. All right, so I'm going to create an openSUSE install script. Now, it's funny that I don't actually already have one of these because you'd think that I would, given that I've been on openSUSE now for 667 days, but I don't. So we're going to create one. This is my first step into deciding or making the decision on whether or not to stay on openSUSE or not. So I've pretty much decided that I'm going to, but I still have 363 days to decide. We're gonna we'll figure that out, in July. But anyways, let's go ahead then and do this thing. So I'm gonna be in my scripts directory pretty much all night. I'm gonna make a directory for this, and this is going to be called. Just gonna call it install, if I can spell. I already have one called install. Really? No, we'll remove that and we'll use that package or that directory. All right. It's funny when you have a directory that exists already, even though you didn't know about it. There's stuff in there that I don't know about. All right, so the first thing I need to do is we'll just create the script. So install.sh chmod plus x install.sh pound / bin / bash is fine. I know that's technically not. I think it's supposed to be like end like bash like this, but because I'm not sure, I'm just going to do it this way. All right, and then I'll put my normal stuff at the top. This is an install script for openSUSE. It should also work on Leap. Okay, and then I will also say created by Matthew Weber. And then today's date, which is the 5th of April. Created April 05, 2025. Version, we're just going to call this 1.0 just for fun. And then I think that'll be it for now. Okay. And then we will go ahead and do some variable. So we'll do an outline. So I'm a writer by trade, so we're going to do variables. And then we will do zipper install via zipper. Actually, what we're looking for there is native packages. Natives installed by zipper, that'll work. All right, and then down here, we'll do flatpaks. Install flatpaks. And down here, we will do download.files. And here we will do link.files to .config, like so. And do script to path. All right. So that's basically the outline of what I need to do here. Oh, it is in fact the 5th of May. I'm a whole month off. Thank you for that. I knew it was May. Thank you. There we go. I appreciate that. Yeah, everyone's like, "Hey, Matt, You're living in the past. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you don't look at the day very often. All right, get rid of some of these extra lines here. I don't need them. All right, so we're going to need some paths. So we're going to need config, and we're going to need dot files, and we're going to need packages and flatpaks and scripts maybe. I don't know if I'll need that one or not. Wallpapers. Oh, let's see. Here's the question: do I want to try to automate my restoration from a backup? We'll think about that because if I do restore from a backup within the script, I'm going to need some dependencies. Dependents. So we need git, wget, curl, maybe Borg. Not sure about that last one yet. What else would I need? I don't think I'll need anything else. All right. Why openSUSE? Because openSUSE is the best. It's the greatest distro of all time. I'm surprised 2 years in that there are still people asking me that, but the real and honest answer is that 2 years ago, or about 2 years ago, I wanted to do a 2-year challenge, and I wanted to do a distro that wasn't like popular. So I decided to use openSUSE, and I've been on it ever since. That's the reason why. War Thunder's out there making Star Wars jokes. Awesome. All right. So equals $home / mat.config. Okay. Equals $https :/gitlab.com / thelinuxcast / my-dots.git. And I remember that from memory. That's not bad. Packages. All right, now this one's going to be interesting. So, because I'm so rusty with my bash scripting, I think I can do something like this: / and then packages.txt, and something similar for this equals, even though that doesn't actually exist yet, flatpaks.txt. Those are just going to be line delineated. It's a line delineated list of all the things I have installed, which I still have to. I actually have to fix that. There's a typo. Oops. There we go. Equals. Oh, we should create some directories too. All right, so $home / downloads. No, mhome. Home downloads. Yeah, that's a good idea. I got some other stuff I need to do in this script. I'm getting remembered. Okay, so scripts like so. And this one will be and then $home / mhome pictures walls. Other walls. I may not end up needing that one. I don't know yet. I think everyone who has found their distro should do an install script. And Larry, thank you for reminding me of OPI. That's a good one. It should appear. So when I do my list of packages, it should appear in that list because that's user installed. So let's actually I'm gonna need it. All right, so yeah, we'll need to do that. So first we're gonna need to make some directories. So here, let's make directory. Let's make the directories first. Make some directories. So we need to do make directory, and then let's see what directories we need to make. So we need to make $home/mhome just in case. And I know you can do this differently, but for now I'm gonna do it this way so I can kind of see them better. I'll need $home/mhome/ I think let's do a test because I think make directory test. If I do make directory and then this one Q and T, let's just see if that works. Oops, no, that didn't work. I thought that was gonna work. E T Q. All right, messed that up. There's a way that you can create multiple at the same time using the same path. I can't remember how to do it. I'm sure that there is, though. Yeah, I'll be putting this up on my .dot files eventually. For now, I guess I'm just going to do this all manually because I don't remember how to do it the other way. I'll figure it out eventually. Hey, Nate, how you doing, bud? All right, we're just going to create some stuff manual here, pictures. And we need documents. Documentes. God dang, I hate that. All right. It is -p, isn't it? I always forget that. So let me test that, make sure. P 1 2 3. Yeah. I was trying to make it harder than I needed to be. All right, let's do this better then. Nate, there's absolutely nothing wrong with eating pizza, and it doesn't make you fat. It includes the entire food pyramid. So, all right. Hmm. Let's see here. Give me just a second. I'm doing something off screen here. All right, so what we got to do is because I was on the right track. So I need to do downloads, comma, and there's no space. Downloads, documents, and then pictures, and then what else will I need? Music, probably. I gotta make the templates folder because some desktop environments won't work without it. And then what do I actually have now? Documents, downloads, music, pictures, and videos. So videos. All right. And then close the brackets. That should work. All right. So that gives me my new home. If I go to docs, CD, where did I put that? It won't be an app. Backups, custom home. Here we go. All right. All right. So now that the custom home is set there, we need to that won't need to do that because that'll take care of when I transfer my bash RC file over. All right, so the directories are made. I don't think I'll need anything else. Oh yeah, I will, because once those are made, there are a couple that are that I'll need. So make directory -p and then $home /mhome / downloads and then get things. Oops. All right. That should do it. All right. Is DaVinci Resolve working well in Tumbleweed? I don't know because I don't use it in Tumbleweed. I use DaVinci Box, which runs it in Fedora. So the last time I tried to run it natively on Tumbleweed, the answer to that question was no. But that's not openSUSE's fault. That's just DaVinci Resolve being very, very picky on what versions of stuff that it has. So, sorry, I'm going to clear some of my notifications out here. I'm getting dings from people. All right. So let's see. So I shouldn't. None of this else should actually need to be done because it's going to be transferred over with the bash RC file. So we'll close that for now. All right. So we also will need to set up NFS. I believe I want to do that on this in the script, and AutoFS and auto. Of course, this will require sudo, so will require sudo. All right. Yeah, rub it in, Nate. Yeah, I've kept, so I have this folder called Get Things, and it's in my downloads folder. It's where I download things, but I also have, for whatever reason, still have my scripts directory there. It's just where it's been forever. I should move it to my repository and then just have one repository, but I don't do that. I should, but I don't. All right, let's see here. So what else do I need to do before I do some packages? AutoFS. If we're going to do the AutoFS isn't going to be there, and NFS kernel -server will also need to be installed. I'm not sure I'm going to actually automate this last part here because that's going to be a pain in the ass. Because especially on openSUSE, where you have to mess around with the firewall in order to get it to work. Although now that I'm not hosting now that this is a client instead of a server, it should be fine. I don't know. I'm not there yet, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and write and quit this. And now we need to actually collate if you will, the user installed packages. So in order to do that on openSUSE, you run sudo. You don't need zip. You need zipper se-i, and then you're gonna pipe that into grep and do I and then plus, like so. And that's going to list a whole bunch of things that you installed. Now, this is not a perfect way of doing things because there's some things in here that are actually dependencies of other things that are installed. So like ButterFS Sprogs, I didn't install that. Cronny, I didn't install that. That comes pre-installed with openSUSE. Dart SAS, again, another thing I didn't install. Dbus, I didn't install. So there's quite a bit of stuff here I'm going to have to take out because there's no need for it. So what I'm going to do here actually is pipe this into a package, or put this into a package called packages.txt. And now I should have a packages.txt file like this. Now, I think the best way to do this is just the good old manual way. So we'll just do this and go down to 0, D, okay, and then go here and see here, so Control V, go to the end of the line, and then go to the end of the file, delete that. It's going to leave a hell of a lot of empty spaces. I don't know if I can remember. I'm going to go over to my documents, or my documentation, and see if I can, how to remove all empty spaces. And then, all right, yeah, I do in fact have that written down. So it's %s// /g, and that really removes all of the white space. I love that little trick. Okay, I should remember it. Okay, so there's some things here that I don't need installed because they will be installed by openSUSE itself. So I can get rid of 7-zip, AppArmor, ARander. I can get rid of that. I'll need AutoFS probably. I don't need that. I don't need base. I don't need BlueZ. Borgmatic and BTop are fine. ButterFS can go away. Chronic can go away. Clipis stays. Dart SAS, that one can go. That one can go. We'll need. Actually, I'll leave Docker. I might need Docker. I won't need Dunst. Don't need that one. 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 Don't need that one anymore. Don't need that one. Or that one. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. Don't need that one. I will need Hugo, Hyperland, Hyperlock. Don't need that one. I don't need KDE. Kernel default. Don't need that one. Not using that one. Don't need that one. I will need that one. I will need that one and that one and that one and that one. This is very interesting. So all these libs can go away. I won't need those because I won't be installing a lot. Some of those are for DWM. I won't be installing DWM. We get a Mason, that one there. We don't need that because I won't be using Firefox. MKPV is, yeah, we'll need MPV. NCDU, yes. Nemo, no. NeoVim, no. Network Manager, no. Newsboat, yes. Nextcloud Desktop, yes. Neri, no. NTFS 3G should get installed by openSUSE. NTFS Sprogs could go away. Numa CLTL, that can go. NVMe CLI, OpenSSH. Again, all these things should be installed by the installer. OPI stays. OS Prober can go. The patterns can all go. This can go. This can go. That can go. That we'll keep Podman because that's a dependency for DistroBox, and it might not install it on its own. That can go. That can go because I don't use it. Pipx stays. Both of them. Actually, might not need both of them. Just 313. Just leave that. Pulse Mixer stays. Now that's interesting. I have two different versions of MPV installed. All right, hold on. SE pimp MPV. Yeah, I know. Damn it. Let's do. We'll get rid of this one here. Now I can actually see it. All right, so I have MPV and I have Python MPV. Now I don't know which one's actually MPV and which one's maybe they're both MPV. Do I have two things of MPV installed? No. So one of them must be a dependency for. Came in late. Now I don't understand shit. That's okay. Neither do I. All right. I'm going to go ahead and leave that because I don't know. That one needs to stay. Those two need to stay. Qtile can go. Ranger needs to stay. Rofi stays. Well, I'm gonna make this Rofi Wayland. No. RPM can go. Rust Up stays. Seahorse goes. Shim goes. Snapper goes because it will be installed by openSUSE. SWW and ESC. That one can go. Thunar can go. Tilix can go. Tmux stays. Trash CLI stays. That one goes. That one goes. That one goes. That one goes. Yeah. Vert Manager can stay. VLC stays. Waybar stays. Wedge Term can go. WireGuard Tool stays. WL Roots Devel stays. X11 stuff goes. This one can go. This one can go. This one can go. Xkill stays. XOR Proto Devel goes. Yes. 2Basis goes. Yazzie stays. Zenity goes. All right. So that's 51 packages. That's it. It feels like there should be more. Hey Ben, how you doing? Yeah, there's no way in openSUSE to actually query the list of packages. And that's straight from the openSUSE developers. So I know it's weird, but that's a limitation of Zypper. Let's see here. So I think that this is good here. Because it feels like there should be more. So I have. Where does it list my packages? I have 4,242 packages installed, and only 52 of them are user installed. Granted, none of these include the dependencies that come with them. So these are just the base packages. So we're just gonna assume that this is right for now. If I find one that's missing, I'll add it. All right. Now we also need to do flatpak list and pipe that into flatpak.txt. All right. That's a lot harder to do. Okay. Let's see, how would I best make that right? It's going to be very much easier if I have the actual name. So let's see if I can't do some Vim magic. I got to think about this for a minute. So anything after this, this is going to get us closer. There's going to be quite a bit here that I can actually get rid of too, because I won't need the, oops, I did that wrong. I know that the Vim aficionados out there will know of a better way to do this. But I am not a Vim aficionado. I just claim to be one. So there's going to be quite a few things here that I can get rid of, which we'll know here in a minute. Oops, that was the wrong one. Theoretically, I could have set up a macro, but probably I would have spent more time figuring out the macro than just doing it this way. DT, my problem here is I'm going to make an embarrassing admission here. I don't know shit about regex, like none whatsoever. I should learn. I tell myself that I should learn, but I don't know shit about regex. So anytime that I actually need to do something like awk and use regex or sed or any of that stuff, yeah, I just sit there like a dumb guy. So yeah, there are definitely easier ways to do this if I were smarter. Now, see, what would have been more funny is like, what you really need is Emacs, but that would that's what I was expecting to look. I saw a DT there. I figured, but yeah, awk would definitely do this, but and there's definitely a Vim thing that I could do here. All right, let's see here. All right, so we're going to try something, and we'll see if it works. So we're going to do, with some handy-dandy Googling, I managed to find something that might help. So %s slash, and then this caret-looking thing, and then backslash capital S backslash plus, and then backslash S star slash slash slash. That did in fact work on some of them. It didn't work on all of them. Not all of them. So thank you, Google. So we'll just delete this word. Oops. And then a lot of these are going to be able to go away because I won't need them. But all right, good. That should be. Oh, missed a couple here. Oops. All right, there we go. Not. I think that. Oh, a couple more here. Goodbye. I think that's it. Okay, so now we just need to go through and make sure that get rid of the ones I don't need. So, I don't. Probably the best way to do that is to go back. You guys aren't gonna be able to see everything I'm doing here because I'm using another monitor list. That way I can see what these actually are. So like, the fuck is Asunder? I don't even know what that is. Asunder? Oh, it's a CD ripper. Yeah, I don't need that. Probably. Stream controller, Discord, I do need. Make MPV, I don't need. Nope, don't need it. Extensions manager can go away. Todoist, bottles, Steam, Vivaldi, Deezer, Handbrake, all those, yes. Camera controls, yes. Anytype can go away. Planify, Cohesion, yes. Box Buddy, yes. Obsidian, yes. Audacity, yes. Blender, no. All of these can go away. And, yep. Inkscape, yes. Adwaita can go away. KD platform can go away. That can go away. That one can go away. File that can go away. Kdenlive, yes, because I still use that every once in a while. Wine can go away. And is that main menu? I'm gonna guess that that's main menu. Yeah, that's main menu. I don't need that either. So that's literally all of the. Yeah, I'll keep warp too. All right, that's literally all there that I need. Yeah, see, DT got there. Thank you for that, DT. I did get there in a roundabout way. But I will say that, like I said, that substitution and the regex and stuff, I don't know anything about it. And honestly, I don't even know where to learn, because every time I've decided, like, all right, I'm going to learn this, and I Google how to learn regex or how to learn awk, all the courses are like miles above my head. All right, so now we have those that we need. So we're going to go back into the install script. All right, so I need to I need to do some stuff here. Sorry. So we're going to be doing this with a while read loop. And I have some documentation on that on another screen. So, because I did this once before for something else. So I'm going to be doing while ifs equals. All right, and then read, because it's going to be reading it line by line, -r line, do, and then we're going to check and make sure the line isn't empty. So in order to do that, it's this, and then a space. Is it two thises? I can never remember if it's one or two brackets. I think it's two brackets. -z just for that, and then it's going to $line, like so, two there, just one, and then two brackets. And then if the line has something on it, it's going to continue. Okay, otherwise it'll break the while loop. And then what we're just going to do is do zipper. Wow, that's not how you spell in zipper. It's going to be sudo zipper in, and then line, like so, and then done. Oh, other direction, Matt. Still the wrong one there. And then we're just going to do the input file, which is going to be packages.txt. Although we just call that $packages, like so. All right. The question is, and something that I didn't think about, because this is like very impromptu stream that I'm doing here, I didn't think about how I was going to test it. So the good news is I'm going to do all this stuff and not be able to test it. Although I don't. Oh, I know exactly how I'll test it. You guys are just going to have to stay tuned to that. So we're actually going to do the exact same thing for the flatpaks. Oops. Thank you, D-Dubs. I did in fact do that. There we go. Did I do that? It feels like I did that in two places. Maybe not. Does there need to be one after continue or not? I don't think so. We're just going to leave it that way. All right. And we'll change that there as well. All right. So this is going to be just flatpaks. And this needs to be something completely different. So this doesn't have to be sudo, although knowing openSUSE. Oops. Is there a dash dash user? Hmm. It's not showing me what I need it to show me. Formats and environment variables, and then it's just going to go to the end. Oh, here's what I was looking for. Versioned, supported arches, GL drivers, installations. Print system only, print updated. Because by default, openSUSE installs flatpaks globally and not for the user only, which means it needs the sudo password. I thought maybe that there was a dash dash user option to do this. Dash dash user does exist. It's not on the man page. I have a feeling I'm in the wrong man page. Is this going to be one of those ones that have a more than one man page? Yeah, in fact there is. There's more than one man page. Yep, dash dash user. That's exactly what I want. That will keep me from having to use the sudo password because it won't inherit. It won't inherit. So up here where you do sudo install, I'll need the administrator password in order to do that, right? There's no getting away with that, but that uses the built-in bash and pkexec or whatever it uses, right? Flatpak does not do that. It's looking for polkit. And if polkit's not actually installed, what it does is you ask for the password in the terminal for every flatpak that it installs, and it won't inherit it from bash itself. So by doing it this way, it'll be much better. All right. Yeah, where I was going wrong was there's multiple different man pages for flatpak. That's the reason why I didn't find it in the first place. Yeah, we don't need no testing. All right, so get rid of some of these extra lines. So that takes care of zipper and flatpaks. Now we're going to go to CD. That way we're in the home directory just in case we're not. Technically, you could run a if statement and test it. It's just easier to do it. All right, so we're going to do git pull. Well, hold on a second. It's going to be much easier if I do this with the SSH stuff. Git clone SSH. I can never remember. I always just grab the. Let me go to my dots here. It's going to be clone. It's literally just git at, but this will work. All right, and then we're going to move my dots into my repo. We're just renaming it there. All right, there's that, and then we're going to delete some stuff here. Sorry. So the next thing we're going to do. So when I made my how I manage my dot files video a couple weeks ago, there was a ton of people say, well, why don't you just use Chesmoy or whatever it is, or any of those things? It's because I don't want to. Also, somebody asked, like, why don't you use a Git Bear repository? It's because I'm too stupid to figure out how to do it. So it's just easier for me to do it this way. So again, cd into my repo. So this is going to be $home/myrepo. Yeah. Theoretically, using something like Stow or Chesmoy or whatever the hell they're called would be easier, but this is just the way that I've always done it. I'm comfortable with it. I know it works. So ln-s home slash my repo slash, and honestly, I think what I'm going to do is do something that I really shouldn't do. So if I go to my repo here and do an ls, there's a ton of shit here that I don't need. So I don't actually need to create a link to all this stuff, and doing so would just muddy everything up. So the question I have is, how would I go, and also not all of this stuff goes into my .config file. The bash rc goes into the home directory. So doing it just star isn't going to work. How do I want to do that? I'm sure I could get my head around stuff. Like I said, this is the way that I do it. So usually I don't automate it. I just do it after I do an install. So this is my first time trying to automate it. So maybe Stowe or Chesmoy or whatever would be easier to automate. But I'm an old man now. I'm not interested in change. So actually making some progress. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm going to have to turn on a fan. It's warm in here. Look out, puppy dog. No, you're going to stay in here because otherwise you go out there and bark. Oh, that feels much better. Alright. I'll apologize for the fan noise, but it is warm in here, so I'm gonna you guys are just gonna have to live with it. Yeah, that's it. I turned 40 and all of a sudden I don't want change. I want things to stay the way they are. So yeah. All right, let's see here. So what I need to do is just do the ones that I know that I need. So I'm probably just going to do this line by line. And also $home won't work. It has to be the absolute path. So home mat my repo slash, and the ones we're going to need is kitty, and that's home mat. Actually, $config should work here. Did I actually make the config variable up here? I did. Good. So when you create a link, the first part of it has to be the absolute path, otherwise it won't work. But I think the second part can be variable expanded. I think they'll work. All right. Actually, I wonder if the same. I need to run a test. So I need to do make directory test. All right. And then what I'm going to do is do an ln-s / home mat my repo and then Firefox just for shits and giggles, and just do test. Actually, what I want to do here is do this test. Firefox. I don't think this is going to work, but it'd be fucking cool if it would. And then just a sway lock, just in case, just to test. Haha, that worked. Suckers, suck it. All right. I'm not gonna need multiple lines. Oh man, get off my lawn. That's exactly what it is. I'm out there with a shotgun. All right, let's see here. So we'll need to do this. Kitty, comma, Matt, good lord, comma. Good lord, comma. Where the fuck's comma? There it is. All right. We'll need fast fetch. And we'll need nvim. And wait a minute. I have to check something after this. So once I'm done with this, I need to go check something. I think I messed something up. Oh, my posh needs to be here. And Hyper needs to be here, and Waybar, and Rofi, and Yazi. Do I actually have a Yazi config in here? I don't. I should, actually do that. MPV, I think I need. And I know that's not in order, but it doesn't matter. Did Rofi? Won't need Wes term. I think that's it. Alright, and that's in just $config. Alright. Have I tried HyperPanel? I cannot get HyperPanel to install on openSUSE. I'm pretty sure D-Dubs did get it to install on openSUSE, or maybe it was just on whatever distro he was using. But I wanted to try it. I actually did a whole stream wanting to try it, but I couldn't get it to install. So, no, I haven't tried it. Maybe someday. I think that's all I need that for. Alright, so, oops, well, also there's an extra line there. Alright, so I think that will work. Alright. That's actually not bad at all. And this is just going to do the Hyperland stuff. So the thing that I needed to check was to see if NeoVim is actually here, because that's fascinating. So NeoVim is a user installed package. I know I installed it. So like NeoVim is right there. It has the I plus next to it, yet it's not in this list. Why isn't it in this list? And more importantly, if it's not in the list, what else is missing? Excuse me. That's not good news. That's not good news at all, because that means there's packages that when I did my export, so that one of two things either happened. Either I deleted it when I went and cleared out the riffraff, or it didn't appear to begin with. And if it didn't appear to begin with, that means that there are other things that aren't here that are supposed to be. And that's not okay. So if I run that again, so it's sudo, I don't need zipper dash I se dash I, or is it just, I can't remember. Yeah, it's se dash I, and then piped into the grep I plus. All right, so no, NeoVim is there, so that means I deleted it. Okay, that's much better than it not showing up at all, because it means it was my mistake. Okay, good, that's fine. All right. In fact, I did in fact delete it. Jake, I appreciate you telling me that now. I'm blaming it on you, Jake. No, it's not your fault. I just was very happy with the double D's. All right. Yeah, it was there. It does make you wonder what else I deleted that I wasn't supposed to. Not that big a deal. This will be a ongoing project. Eventually, I will update that. So, all right. I wondered if somebody was going to say something about the double D's thing. All right. All right. I also need to do this same thing. So I need to, let's see here. Again, I'm going to cd. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. No. Yeah, I'm gonna cd just to make sure. I shouldn't need to, but you never know. All right. So I'm going to get clone git at gitlab.com thelinuxcast /scripts.git, and we're going to move scripts into Did I make the get things repository thing? No. Hold on a second, man. If I'm not going to use this, then I might as well just fucking delete it. You want to? No. Yeah, do it this way. No. Alright, I'm going to do it this. I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to do it the right way. Get. Alright, hold on a second. I'm going to do this off screen in case there's a password. I'm going into my clipboard manager. Alright, there we go. We'll do it that way. And then go down here and change this to 2.files. Change $, and then do $.files. That way, if I need to change that URL someday, it's easier. Alright. Technically here, we'll do the exact same thing. Like so. Alright, that way that's in the proper place. And then we're going to go down here and cd into scripts. No, that's not going to work. Alright, technically we should make this a change repo. And go up here, we're going to do repo equals, and then $home / mhome, no, my repo, like so. And then I need $home / mhome downloads get things. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. We gotta delete this part. Did I do that? Yeah. Yeah, I probably pasted it wrong. Give me a second here. Yeah, because I used paste instead of a different buffer. I'll get that changed here in just a second. Script and .files, move scripts into scripts. That's not going to... what did I just name that? Alright, hold on a second. Excuse me. Alright, and we're going to change... Yeah, this got to go up here, guys. This has got to change. This one here got to change. Scripts. There we go. Alright, so we got scripts and .files, and then repo and my scripts. So this needs to go down here, move scripts into my scripts. Did we make that? We did. I'm going to delete that part. Get things. Go down here and change that. That makes more sense. Because otherwise scripts is going to be nestled inside of scripts. Like so. And we need here as well. So we need $ scripts. Like so. Alright. I think that's where that needs to be. So you need to cd into and we do this one here. We can do sudo ln-s /home mat mhome downloads get things. scripts slash, and then everything in that directory can go right to user local bin. That's the path that I use. All right. And I don't want to hear anybody saying, "Well, Matt, you shouldn't use that path." I don't give a shit. All right, we're not going to do the NFS stuff. I don't care to do that. Chances are, if I automated the restore from backup, I'd probably fuck something up. So I probably better not do that. We'll get rid of those things. All right. So let's see what we can do. So this sets variables for .config, my scripts and .files repositories, the packages files that I created, the wallpapers, which we didn't actually end up needing, because I won't actually have those unless I restore from a backup, so that can go away. My repository, once it's created, and the get things directory. And then it makes my home directory. It makes the XDG files that I'll end up using, XDG directories that I'll end up using, and it makes get things. Is this a script to install openSUSE on all the other TLC guys? It's not going to install openSUSE. openSUSE can be bootstrapped. There's a thing called Kiwi, I think it's called Kiwi, or maybe it used to be called Kiwi, something like that. And you can bootstrap openSUSE Tumbleweed with Kiwi, or whatever they call it now, but it's not easy. All right. And yeah, it is mostly just for me. I don't know why anybody else would want to use it, but I'll put it up in my scripts repository once I'm done here. All right, so there's a couple other things that I need to do here. So I need to, while we're in here, we need to do ln-s/home mat my repo. I should just copy that line up above so I didn't make any difference, but bash rc. And that needs to go into $home, okay? And we also need to add in aliases.txt to that. Should my no, because all right, so the repository is going to be called my dots. So when it clones it using the .files variable, it's going to be named my dots. It needs to be named my repo because that's what I've always named it on my computer. But on GitLab, it's named my-dots. Why I named them something different? No clue. Nobody knows. I'm just mysterious that way. But this line should be right. And same thing here, when it clones the script using SSH. Oh, hold on a second. I got myself a problem here. So this is going to be cloning it via SSH. If I don't have SSH well, I should have SSH. Let me think about that. I think I'm going to need to do something different here. Because I'm going to need SSH set up before I can clone those things. Because Git requires your SSH keys to exist when you clone a repository that you're owner of, I think. So that means .ssh is going to have to be, that's going to be an issue. Because I don't have my .ssh directory where I can get to it at this point. I mean, if I'm using this script and I'm installing using this if I'm installing openSUSE and I'm going to use this script, at this point of using the script, I haven't actually restored from a backup yet, so I don't have my SSH keys. How to solve that problem? I don't know. I mean, theoretically, I could generate new SSH keys, but those wouldn't be on GitLab and wouldn't let me then, because I don't think. Hmm. That's a catch-22 if I ever thought one. I need the S. So even if I were to use like something like SCP to go into my home lab, grab my SSH directory, and copy it over, I would need an SSH key in order to do that. So I'd have to generate an SSH key, get the SSH key that I usually use, install that where it needs to go, and then erase the original or the one that I created. That's not a problem that I expected to actually figure out, um, or expected to encounter. Hmm. I don't think Google's going to help me with this one. We'll see. Google's advice is just to use the HTTPS. And then just you can change that to the SSH um, thing later. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. So I think what I'm going to end up having to do. Yeah, you can change HTTPS to SSH later. It'd just be, actually doing it. I was kind of hoping to make it all just, one fell swoop. Hmm. Yeah, I see the access token thing in the Google search that I did. I don't. Hmm. So it says go to GitLab, go to user settings, access token, give it at least the repository scope. Clone with the token in the URL. So I'd have to know that token. Or to avoid leaking it in your shell history, export it first. I think probably just the better thing to do is just to switch to HTTPS and not do it via SSH and then just change it over later. I don't like that idea, but it's probably the best thing to do. I mean, the other option is to, before I do this, like after this, before I go in here, actually clone the repository, clone my Borg repository. Hmm. The problem is I don't always want to clone the Borg repository in full. Sometimes I just want the miscellaneous stuff, like the wallpapers and stuff that I don't have anywhere else, pictures, things like that. Hmm. I mean, theoretically, that would be the best way to do it, I suppose. If I were going to go full whole hog. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do the HTTPS thing. It's going to be easier. And I will think on the whole. I will think on the whole you doing the Borg thing and then getting the actual thing, or maybe using an access token. Yeah, that'll be better. It's not gonna be the best, but it'll be better, I suppose. It'll actually work at least. All right. So the next thing we need to do, we did. So we did that here. Okay, we got the bash rc, and then we'll open up this source home /.bash rc. That way, I'm in the new one. Look like there's a simple one-line command to change to SSH later. Yeah, I know there is. I've done that before. I just, again, was trying to do it in all one fell swoop, and I won't be able to run that command until I have my SSH stuff set up. It's a little bit of a paradox because you can't do anything until you have the SSH keys. And if it was just a matter of generating a new SSH key, that would be fine. It'd be easy to do. But it's got to be added to the GitLab account in order to actually work. There's probably a way to do it that I'm not thinking of. But that'll be, I guess, for another time. All right. All right. So I think that we're ready to test this. All right. So we'll go ahead and save that, close that, open box, buddy. I would I'm actually thinking of using this as a home directory. I think I'm going to create a separate home directory for this. Home test home create select. All right, that way I have my own home directory. I also think that I'm going to, there's a couple things here that I don't want to run. Well, no, I think I'm gonna be okay. Probably going to, let's look at this one more time. So, because there's a couple things here that need sudo, so I want to make sure that those aren't going to affect my home system. If I'm going to do this in DistroBox, I need to make sure that it's not going to affect anything, but it shouldn't, because it's going to create its own root directory. It's going to have its own root. It's going to have its own home, so everything's going to be it should be contained, so it should be fine. It's going to be fine. YOLO. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to need openSUSE, obviously. Go down here to openSUSE. I could just search, but scrolling is more fun. openSUSE, we need tumbleweed, latest. I don't need the init system. openSUSE. Don't create. We'll see how this works. I could use I could use Nextcloud to do that. That's something to think about. I'm not sure. I've never used Nextcloud in a script before, so because it had to all be synced in order to do that. I think installing basic packages. What are you doing? Are you using Zipper to install the basic packages? Is that why it's so slow? I tried installing Linux for the first time ever on an old Chromebook, and it says my disk has no space. What distro did you try to use? Because there are some distros out there that are really, really small. Why isn't Box Buddy liking me today? Come on, man! I want to test this. I'm gonna give it a few seconds. says openSUSE is up. If openSUSE is up, then why isn't it showing that it's actually there? Why is it still saying installing basic packages? Box Buddy, what's wrong? What are you doing, Box Buddy? No, it's not actually there yet. Not ready yet. All right, well. Oh, there goes. Ha! Just a little bit too soon. Okay. All right. So, let's see here. So, we're going to cd into downloads. Get things, scripts, install. Okay. So, what do you think, guys? YOLO? /install.sh. AutoFS, NFS client. What are you doing? It's definitely not all of the things that I asked you to install. Not even close. And I definitely need to add the -y in the script. Okay. Those are... Things aren't working. What's the worst? Well, the absolute worst that could happen is just the container is shit, and I have to start over again, theoretically, because it's not gonna have access to anything on the home system, so it should just work fine. The question is, what's it actually doing? Zipper, why must you be a lousy piece of shit? All right, so obviously something, because it done multiple things here. First, it only decided it was going to install one package. Why did it start with NFS? Because even if the while loop that I created isn't working, it wouldn't start in the middle of the loop. DT, you're going to be onto something, and I hate you for it. just a little bit. That's exactly what it's going to do. But why did it start in the middle of the loop? Also, what's it actually doing here? It's shouldn't be, even if the while loop got this far and stopped. It shouldn't just pause there. Yeah, that's exactly what I should have done. I was trying to be clever with a while loop. I wanted to use one. All right. No, we're gonna fix that. All right. We're gonna need a way to cancel the script. All right. All right. Hold on a second. We're gonna kill some shit here. All right. All right. Let's close this. All right. We're gonna kill the terminal. You can tell I don't actually use Box Buddy all that much. Usually I use it from the upgrading DaVinci box. I don't think I actually wanted to upgrade DaVinci box, but okay. You just do whatever you need to do there. Also, I'm highly jealous of that download speed. DNF, screw you. Yeah, I Control-C'd a lot there. It was just doing it many times because it was I screwed up the while loop. Upgrading Arch. Box Buddy is pretty cool that it does this for you, but I didn't really need to do it this time. All right, that should be okay then. All right, so we need to go back into the Vim into the install script. Up here, instead of doing this, we just delete this. Oh. Hmm. Let's see if that'll work. Feels like something's missing there again, though. All right. System management is locked by the application with PID zipper, so it's already running in the background still. uh, get command not found. Yeah, alright, so we have to kill this distro box and see if we can't start over again. Stop, openSUSE. Failed to process properly due to lack of C group. Exited. So, okay. Alright. Yeah, we're going to start over again because it's already done part of the script. Okay. Alright. Exit. Distro box. Stop. openSUSE. Failed to kill all processes, possibly due to lack of C group. Hint. Enable C group v2 delegation. I don't know what that means. Your Linux looks beautiful. What graphical environment are you using? This is Hyperland with Waybox, Waybar at the top. Yeah, War Thunder. I'm not obviously an expert in loops either. I will be 100% honest with you. I did some Googling before the stream, so I knew somewhat what I was talking about. So, yeah. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to delete the box. All right, and we will create a new box. New box. We're just gonna name it openSUSE 2 just in case. Let's scroll down again. I know I could search, but scrolling's more fun. All right, the joke was fun beforehand. Actually, I'm pretty sure test home. We'll select that there, but we're gonna go into RM, everything in here. rm.bash history. Just to make sure. All right, good. That should be good. And create. Yeah, and it is in fact Hyperland. I have been in Hyperland now for 2 months, I think, and haven't had any issues. I'm gonna knock on some wood there. Because I definitely have had many problems with it in the past. But this time I haven't had as many problems, so it's been good. Granted, I also cheated. I am pinned on like version 41 or 40, something like that. It won't update. I don't want any of the updates. I don't want any of the new stuff Vaxry is sending down. I don't care about any of the new stuff. This one works. I'm fine. Thanks. Eventually, that'll stop working for me because I don't have everything pinned that goes along with Hyperland. So that's going to bite me in the ass eventually, but I'm fine. It's gonna be okay. I wonder what it is. It has to be Zipper that causes that basic install packages thing to be slow. How do you take out the top nav bar and exit buttons on your terminal? The top. What terminal are you using, Joshua? because it's going to, depending on what terminal you're in, it's going to be different. Yeah, I'm not sure which version of Hyperland I'm on. I'm on 0.48.1. That's where I'm at. If that's the latest, I think that's the one that I have pinned. So, oh, we're done. Good. All right. CD, downloads, get things, scripts, install. All right. /install.sh. Still didn't work. So where did it fail? All right. At least one package name is required. Okay. So the thing here, this is not going to work. Let's see if that's what I called it was packages. I did. Is there a dot list? A dash in there. Why does there need to be a dash? All right, well, we're going to try it again. We're going to have to... Oh, I did it in the wrong order. All right, well, we'll try it again. Delete the box. And last try. Did I still do it in the wrong order? I'll change it here in a second. openSUSE 3. Technically, I could just use the same one and just delete all the files. All right. I remembered to search. All right. I'll try again. mhome, test home. We're going to have to go back in there again and... There we go. And while that's doing that, I will go make sure that the script is right. So cd install. Install. Yeah, I did the wrong direction, didn't I? Yeah, it was going the wrong direction. Right? It's this one. And is there a space between those things? I'm going to look at... It's hard to tell on in the chat. It looks like there's a space in between these two things, right? All right. Yeah, I missed that the first time because it's really hard to tell in the chat without my glasses on. I should actually have my glasses on. I've been doing this whole thing without the glasses. No wonder I have a fucking headache. Oh yeah, I can see it now. All right. Amazing what glasses can do to you. Problem is, my glasses are so scratched up, I've not been wearing them as much as I should. I need to go get my eyes checked again and get new glasses. All right, this will be my last try. If it doesn't work, we're gonna have to stop because I'm ready to get up out of here. All right, come on, openSUSE. Again, I'm 100% sure that the reason why this installing basic packages thing is because zipper is slow. So Tell your wife to stop kicking you. It's not nice. I also tell her to wear glasses. I need to wear my glasses. I haven't worn them much the last couple days because of this. There's this gigantic scratch on the left lens, and every time I put it on there, it's like, oh my god, I have a hair in my eye. It's not actually a hair in my eye; it's a scratch on my glasses. All right. All right, last try. Hold on a second before we do this. I'm gonna have to do it. No, I refuse to do that. Um, there was something I was gonna. Now I forgot what I was gonna do here. Hold on a second. So it gets to here. Oh, I was gonna do this. That's right. Um, I don't think that. Is there a dash Y? For flatpak install? There is. Sweet. Oops. Alright. I'm going to hope that that actually works. DT, are you actually still in the chat room? Can you tell me if that's going to work or not? Or does the dash Y have to go after packages? It wouldn't make sense to go after packages, so that'd be stupid. We're gonna do. Alright, well. We're gonna try it anyways. No idea if it will work, but the Y should be definitely not be at the fat package. That's what I figured it wouldn't be. I don't know why I thought that. Alright, well, we're gonna /install and we'll see what it does. Remove modifier must not be used without a package name or capability. Alright, so the dash thing didn't work. Alright. Let me do some Googling. Alright. We tried that first, Dister 2. Without the dash, remember? I forgot the dash. Alright. Exit. Alright, we're going to delete this one more time because we want the whole script to actually run. And we'll create a new one. While it's creating the new one, it's going to be 4. Whoa. Alright. Use this, and mhome, and test home. Select the test home, rm-rf. The only problem with using Trasher as a alias, it doesn't do. All right, I think I know how to do this. Let me see how. Let me see. All right, let's go ahead and create this. While we're doing that, we'll go into the script cd install. All All right, vim install. All right, so what we're going to do here is instead of this, we're going to do $, parentheses, and then this, and then the packages list, and then that. We're going to do the same thing here. $, parentheses, and then this, and then the name of the thing, and then end that. Yeah, I know technically I could do that. I'm being lazy. What is openSUSE? It's a Linux distribution for elitists. War Thunder, you're trying to follow along, you poor, poor fool. That's like the blind leading the blind. All right. Anyways, Google says this will work. And if Google says it will work, it's going to work. All right. Sudo zipper in no, it won't work. It says at least one package name is required. So this here will not work. Let's do what Google's trying to tell me to do and see if it will work. Then we'll know it won't even work. No sense in trying. That's a good idea. I should have been doing this to begin with. I'm smart. So what I needed was this, right? And then like so. Yeah, that'll work. Why distance? I have no distance because I'm just testing it. But anyways, that did work. This one here did work. Good. And I foresee a problem. So I have a feeling that we're going to need to do OPI and do OPI first. Because if I don't have Pac-Man, some of those aren't going to be there. Wait a minute. Is there a dash yes? No. That's not gonna work. Because codecs, if we do this, it's then going to feed into zipper, but it requires you to hit yes every time. It doesn't have a way to feed in the Y flag to zipper after using OPI. We don't really need the codecs at this stage. We just need Pac-Man, and I'm not even sure if I do. So I'm just gonna leave it this way. If some of the things don't get installed, then I'll know that I do need Pac-Man. All right. No, we're gonna give this a try in the distro box and see if it works. VLC-codecs not. So if that's the only one, huh? Damn it. So VLC codecs isn't the name, but it's lit. Oh, I'm so pissed off right now. Because that's the fucking name that Zipper gave me, you fools. I have a feeling it's too far up here. Zipper dash I se dash I grep. Is that what it said? What codecs? I'm gonna guess that that's from Pac-Man, and that's the reason why it failed. Huh. What I'm going to end up having to do when I come back to this is make it so that it doesn't fail if it can't find a package. Because right now, if it doesn't find a package, it fails. But unfortunately, that's the end of the game. Because I am sick of computing at the moment. So, I think that this is a very good start. So this will work if I have Pac-Man installed. So I need to enable the Pac-Man repository before this here will actually work. So that'll be the thing that I'll need to do the next in order for that to work. I will also need to figure out how to have it gracefully not fail if it doesn't find a package. Because that's the reason why it failed that last time, is because it couldn't find that package. It just completely stopped the zipper. And zipper doesn't do that by default, by the way. It will carry on. It will carry on like native running. If it finds a script that doesn't have it, it'll just throw out an error and then carry on. For whatever reason, inside the script, it didn't do that. Yes, scratch pads, freaking awesome. They're the best thing ever. Alright, anyways, thanks everybody for streaming with me. I appreciate it. I know that I didn't get an actual working install script, but I think I made pretty good progress. And I'll think on how to fix it, and we'll either make a video about it or do another stream or something. I don't know. Because there's quite a few more things that I want to... I would love to figure out how to do that automated backup thing, restoration of a backup, but I'll have to think about that. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching. DT and everybody else, thank you for the help that you gave me here. I appreciate that as well. I think that I'm just going to wrap this up here. A rare Monday night stream for everybody, so don't get used to that. Because normally I would have a video at this time, but all the videos that I have pre-recorded, I did not want to post, so, or edit or post or any of those things. So that just wasn't going to work. So anyways, that's the reason why there was a stream and not a video. But anyways, I'm going to end that here. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time.